welcome to Vanderbilly.com. Here I'm going to do the guitar parts for Entre Nous, which is a lovely song by Rush on the Permanent Waves album. Very good for looking at chord inversions, different chord voicings. Starts off something along these lines. So, I'll do all these things during what I'm actually playing clean, rather than trying to do it with a drive on it. So you're starting off with on an A. You're going to do picks on the second, third, fourth strings, and they'll all be downstrokes. So just bar across the second fret, and that gives you your A. You're then going to add a D sharp on the fourth fret, then an E on the fifth fret. Come back down again, and then when you come back down off this D sharp, do a pull off. Move up. Exactly the same thing, exactly the same positions that we're using for the picks, the same kind of pull-offs, but here instead of going next up the scale, so going from the D sharp to the E to the F sharp. After you play that the last time, so that's just going up to the from the F sharp here up to the G sharp on the bar that you've got here on the fourth fret, and come back down to the E. You then go into the chorus, the verse chords, and not these are inverted chords, so they don't have the root note in the bass. So you start off with that's what it is. When I first learned this, when I first started trying to learn this at the tender age of 15, I didn't know about inverted chords, so I played these as normal chords, something along those lines. Of course it doesn't sound right, and it doesn't sound right because the voicings here are completely different. So start off with an A, but you're actually going to play an A7, but instead of putting the G up here, you're going to put the G down here. And the action of putting this finger on there means that you mute out this A string, and this A string is muted out to all the chords in the whole of the verse. So start off there with your A7th, move to a D. This is an inverted D, so you've got the top of the D chord here, but instead of playing it with these two fingers, you play it with your little finger, third finger, middle finger onto the F sharp in the bass. Move up to the E, so just move the whole thing up, add the E here on the second fret and the fourth string with the index finger, and those are the chords. Back down to the 7th, to the D, 7th, E, 7th, D. And you finish off with an A, G, to D. Do it again. At some point in the second part of verse, you've got this thing, which is the D chord, and I'll play this up here on the 10th fret on the first and second strings, and then 3rd fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, to get the D here and the D down there. Second time you play that verse, for the second verse, you're going to play the same thing, but you're going to pick it instead. So there you'll get so the pick there is to go from the 6th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, back to 3rd, the same pick forward. Next thing is the chorus. The chorus is played, which should be on a 12 string acoustic. So you should have, and that's just running up from open strings from the 4th to 3rd, at the B, at the C, you find that most people that are playing this on a 6th string want to add something higher in there, so they will tend to do, so this is playing it backwards, so going from 3rd, 4th to 5th strings, and then doing this A, B, C run on the 3rd string. Personally, I also add into it as well, so I get the chords here are C to G, to C again, then to this, to D sus2, so that's a D with the E here instead of the F sharp, to G, and then the end is C, D, then to do just going down from C beat to G, leave this D here in place through the whole thing, so you got finish on the G, and of course that's done on drive. The next thing you got is the bridge section. So the bridge section, you're going to start off with the same then do the same thing, the same finger positions, but just start from the 5th fret. The 5th to the 7th, finish on the E. So I'll play this as a bar chord here with these 3 strings with 5th, 4th and 3rd. Then to do this bit, I would move the little finger from here, from the E here, up to the A on the 2nd string, on the 10th fret. That releases the E on the 3rd string to go to the D, which of course brings it to the 7th. So what you get is you get an E 7th sus4, and you've got that little run down there. A lot of people play this without putting that 7th in. Personally, I think that's what it is. I hear the slight little change in the sound, and when you look at the videos of the Snakes and Arrows tour, when he's doing this, it does look like he actually does make a change in shape, because of course he plays, Alex Lifeson plays these chords with a flattened third finger. So we can play it like that. But it looks like he makes a change in positions of his fingers. So I think it does bring a seventh, and it certainly sounds as if there is one there. So we've got this. Then you got so that's just playing around with these, the bottom part of this chord, this B chord, on these sort of third, fourth, sometimes fifth strings. And that is an open E string, and then come down to the F sharp on the second string. And of course you can leave this B string open as well, because that's all going to be part and parcel of this chord. You can play around with it, you can play it in almost infinite number of different ways you can play it. When you finish that, you come back down to and into the rest of that, and then back into and into the rest of the song, and all the rest of the bits are the same as everything else I've covered. So with a bit of luck, that's the whole of Entre Nous.